A brief history of Ireland, from ancient kings to modern nation. Ireland, a land of legend, resilience and rebellion. From Celtic warriors and ancient myths to centuries of British rule, revolution and a long road to independence, Ireland's story is both tragic and triumphant. In this video we explore the history of Ireland, from its earliest settlers to the vibrant independent republic it is today. A journey through ancient law, colonial domination, national identity and a culture that has captivated the world. Ancient Ireland, myths, mysteries and Celtic roots. Ireland's human story begins around 8000 BCE with Mesolithic hunter-gatherers. By 3200 BCE, Neolithic farmers were building massive stone tombs, including Newgrange, which predates the Egyptian pyramids. But it was the arrival of the Celts around 500 BCE that would shape Ireland's culture, language and identity. Celtic tribes brought with them iron tools, druidic religion and rich oral traditions. Myths like the Children of Lear and heroes like Cuchulainn still echo in Irish folklore. The island was divided into kingdoms and ruled by chieftains and high kings, with Tara as a symbolic seat of power. The coming of Christianity. In the 5th century AD, Christianity began to take root, thanks in large part to St. Patrick, Ireland's patron saint. A former slave, Patrick returned to Ireland to spread Christianity, blending older traditions with the new faith. Monasteries became centres of learning and preservation during Europe's Dark Ages. Irish monks like Columba helped spread Christianity across Europe. This period is often called Ireland's Golden Age, producing stunning illuminated manuscripts like the Book of Kells and advancing art, literacy and scholarship. Invasions and English rule. Ireland's peace would not last. In 795 AD, Vikings began raiding the coast, eventually founding settlements, most famously Dublin, originally called Dublin, meaning Black Pool. In 1169, the Normans from England invaded Ireland, starting centuries of foreign influence. By the 1500s, England's control intensified under the Tudors. Henry VIII declared himself King of Ireland in 1541, beginning aggressive colonisation and the plantation system, where Protestant English and Scottish settlers were given Irish lands. This created lasting religious and cultural divisions, especially between the mostly Catholic Irish and Protestant British settlers in the north. Rebellions and resistance. For centuries the Irish resisted English rule through rebellions, uprisings and guerrilla warfare. Notable events include the 9 Years' War, 1594 to 1603, led by Hugh O'Neill, the 1641 rebellion and subsequent Cromwellian conquest, which devastated Irish lands, the Williamite War, 1689 to 1691, culminating in the Battle of the Boyne afterward. Harsh penal laws restricted Catholics from owning land, voting or holding office, turning them into second-class citizens in their own country. But even in hardship, Irish identity remained strong, carried in music, storytelling and a deep connection to the land. The Great Famine, a national trauma. In the 19th century, Ireland was still under British rule and deeply impoverished. The Irish peasantry relied heavily on the potato as a food source. When potato blight struck in 1845, disaster followed. Over the next few years, more than 1 million people died from starvation and disease. Another million emigrated, many to America, Canada and Australia. The Great Famine, or An Gcomhtha Mòr, is one of the darkest chapters in Irish history. British policies were slow and inadequate, and in some cases cruel. Grain and livestock continued to be exported while the population starved. The trauma of the famine deeply scarred Ireland and fueled the growing push for independence. The struggle for independence. In the late 19th century, Irish nationalism surged. Movements like the Home Rule League sought self-government, while others believed only full independence would suffice. In 1916, Irish rebels launched the Easter Rising in Dublin. Though quickly crushed, it reignited the fight for freedom. The British executed the rebel leaders, turning public opinion sharply in favour of independence. This led to the Irish War of Independence, 1919 to 1921, waged by the IRA against British forces. It ended with the Anglo-Irish Treaty, which created the Irish Free State, a self-governing dominion within the British Empire. But the treaty caused deep divisions. A civil war broke out between pro- and anti-treaty forces in 1922 to 1923, with thousands killed. Partition and the Troubles. The treaty also partitioned Ireland, keeping 6 counties in the north as part of the United Kingdom, forming Northern Ireland. The rest became what is now the Republic of Ireland. In the north, tensions simmered between the Protestant majority, mostly Unionists, and Catholic minority, mostly Nationalists. Discrimination and sectarian violence escalated into a decades-long conflict known as the Troubles. From the late 1960s to the late 1990s, bombings, shootings and political unrest tore through Northern Ireland, claiming over 3,500 lives. Groups like the IRA and loyalist paramilitaries waged campaigns of terror, while British forces struggled to maintain peace. In 1998, the Good Friday Agreement brought an uneasy but lasting peace, with power-sharing government and reduced violence, though tensions still occasionally flare. Modern Ireland, resilient and renewed. Today, Ireland is a vibrant modern republic, proud of its heritage and future-facing. Known for its music, literature and hospitality, Ireland has become one of Europe's tech and cultural hubs. It's the home of writers like James Joyce, W.B. Yeats and Seamus Heaney, and musicians from Enya to U2. In recent years, Ireland has become a progressive voice on the global stage, legalising same-sex marriage and repealing restrictive abortion laws via referendum. Meanwhile, Northern Ireland remains part of the UK, but with its own devolved government and complex identity, both Irish and British, depending on who you ask. Brexit has reawakened debates about the border and the potential for a united Ireland, but for now, peace and cooperation remain the priority. Ireland's history is one of sorrow and survival, resistance and renewal. From ancient legends to modern politics, it's a land where the past is always present. In the music, the language, the humour and the pride of its people. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through Irish history, like, subscribe and stay tuned. More countries are coming soon.